Hey, Humblebees, this is Rosie, and I wanted to do a quick recording to just share some things that we have kind of revamped to really help you with all of your businesses. And that is when it comes to team building. And, back in the day, old school, this is old school, I would hand out I love your opinions at a party. And just in kind of like seeing, I don't know, the last couple months, I've been thinking we need to go back to old school because sometimes old school works, right? And so for many of you, you're in the Pretty in Pink program with Ari and the Driven area. For some of you, you would love to move up. You would love to have a team member and earn an extra avenue of income. And for some of you, you are like, I would love to get a car, and have that ability to drive a free car with Mary Kay. But it starts somewhere, and it really starts with solid basic skills and really building a strong business. And so for one of these, it's team building. And in team building, I just believe we share the opportunity. Our senior national sales director, Daisha Wiegott, became a national in 4 years. At that point, she had broken company records. And one of the biggest things was like, hey, share with everybody, who you are in front of, not just one, not pick one at a party, but you share with everyone, don't prejudge. And so what I wanted to share with you guys is when we do a marketing at a party, how do you like seal the deal? So if some of you know that I used to do I had a Google Doc and we still have it, I'll share with you. But for that Google Doc, I know sometimes people were like, well, I have to hassle them. They got to fill it out and then they don't. And then what was their like information? So I was like, you know what, back old school. So back in the day, and I'm going to be putting them up for you guys. We used to do something called I Love Your Opinions. And so I went back to it. And so I want to share it with you. It's going to be posted on our Facebook under our files. But this is what it looks like. You print 2 per page and it says, I love your opinion. Me encantaría tu opinión. Okay. And so it'll be posted on there. It'll have the English and the Spanish. I just wanted you to see what this looked like. And basically it has like, see here, their name, the best number to call. This is English. I need to change this. But I say, I love your opinion, your consultant's name. And then I asked them these questions. What appealed to you the most, okay, about your business? Okay, so what appealed to you the most about your business? It asks, I love this question. What qualities do you possess? Your age range, marital status, current occupation, and they're going to circle the letter. I'm going to go to that in a second. Okay, but when we do this, you are going to give them this paper copy. And then look here. Let me show you something. Because this actually will now mimic, let me stop sharing that 1 second. This will mimic, if I could get it out here. I'm going, sharing screen. This is why I wanted to pre-record because sometimes it's a lot of screens, but this will mimic this right here, our cash drawing. So both this sheet and this sheet will mimic. So the only thing that it adds is obviously it says cash drawing and we're thanking them. And then this is my video, which by the way, this video, you should be sending it and giving it to everybody at every party before every appointment so they get to know who I am. Because the goal is that when you have these appointments and they share the survey, that then they're going to want to talk to me. And this is my story. If you click on it, it is the story that I had with the company. This is my why story. It's 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So if you haven't seen it, I want you to see it. So if you're in, you know that now it's the Just Fits video. But before the Just Fits, it was this one. So I want to make sure that you are sharing this video because it makes a huge difference. Now, if I go back to the opinion, it tells me if they've tried it. But other than that, this and this, okay, both of the I love your opinion and the Google Doc are going to mirror. So it says their name, what's the number to contact them, their email, their beauty consultant. I love that question. What appealed to you the most about your business? And then it still has this one, which is what are the qualities we look for? Do they have strong work ethic? They're busy and accomplished, women of integrity, desires personal growth, strong leader, coachable, teachable, want to work on people skills, want to work on public speaking, faith-filled and sales skills. And those are qualities. They could check all that apply. Like they could check and check and check and check. this really allows us to see like what they think of themselves, what great qualities they have, and it really helps us intertwine Mary Kay. Okay. Now it does ask me their age range. This helps. And it asks them if they're married and they have kids. And you all know that if you've been through boot camp, it says like, hey, what is the target market, right? If they're over the ages of 25, if they're married with kids, if they own a home, what their occupation is, right? And so although I'm not going to ask them if they have a home in here, this really helps me. It also helps those that have children that or are married. They're always excited. If they're a S personality, they always want to say, yes, I'm married with kids, right? And so this will let us know if they are. Plus, when we do a follow-up on the marketing, obviously, especially if they have children, and depending on the age of the children, we got to overcome some of the obstacles that will happen when they have school-age children. Okay, so those are on there. Then it says, what is your current occupation? And I really want to know what they are doing in life, right? That will tell me if they studied, if they're in a career path, that they're in like it was more like a trade job, what their education level was, right? Are they a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife? Like this really helps us with the marketing as well. And then I do know that there are questions on the 1 through 5, like now, like, oh, what's your interest on a scale of 1 through 5 or 1 through 10 or ABC? And after much consideration, I am keeping ABC, but I have added now P. So A is absolutely, I would love to start my business, right? B is buy me a cup of coffee. I would love to learn more. And, this used to say, always buy me a cup of coffee. And then at one point we did book me for an appointment. And I have found that the people that I book for a cup of coffee, that I like literally buy them a cup of coffee, almost all the time they sign because they're interested, they want to help me. And if at a very minimum, if they don't sign, they will book they'll book a party or they'll help me in some way, shape, or form. So I had to ask a friend of mine because I said, hey, will you give this a second look? This is what I used to do. This is what I'm doing. And she's like, girl, I said, well, what do you do now that everything's virtual? She's like, if they book a career chat, she's like, I personally will send them a $5 gift card for Starbucks. And now you could text it and you could, you can email it. So I'm like, the coffee's on me. And so I'm like, that's genius. Like if I were to meet with somebody, it takes me 20, 30 minutes to get there, 20, 30 minutes back. You know what I mean? And anyways, I'm going to buy them a cup of coffee and the cup of coffee is going to be more. And so all of that. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is awesome. So buy me a cup of coffee. So I decided to leave it in there. Okay. C is, I would like to be a customer. And I love this. My friend says, and pay full price. She's like, stick it in there. Mine didn't have it in there. And she's like, and then you know what? So true. Like we're going to pay full price for it if you're going to be my customer. So that is in there. And then the last one is P, and it says pamper me and or with friends for some product deals. And it's just very, very generic so that you can do it however you want. Okay. So that's what it is. And if you go back, it shows the new starter kit and and they submit it. Okay. So if they're savvy, they're going to do this, but I had them where they mirror, because if you print these out, it's 2 a page. I do have to change this, so excuse that, but here it is in English, here it is in Spanish. When you do that, they're printing it out. For the cash drawing, you're going to get the answers that are right here, and you're literally going to fill it in for them because they're not savvy. It's going to take you 2-3 minutes, and now I have it. So you still get the paper, everybody fills it out, you go on here and you fill it and you fill this out and I get it. Then I go ahead and take all the answers and I submit it for the cash drawing. Now, if you forget, where do I get that link? I'm going to show you the 2 places. So if you go to our WhatsApp, it's always here, and you go to Humblebees and you go to this link right here, it is right here. It is the Pink Career Chat Google link. My why story is here by itself. All of the marketing. Some of you have asked me, where do I get stories? They're all right here. None of this has been taken off. Then you have the 5 coupons. And then of course, there's other links that are on here. Now, if you look at the 5 coupons for 5 questions and you click on it, I just want to show you something. This is now on here. I update it every week. So when you need to schedule somebody, you can schedule it or you can give it to them. You can go, my next appointment would be, you can look in here for the 14th. You can look at the 15th. You can look at next Monday, next Wednesday. My availability is here. It gives you 2 weeks at a time. I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's going to the 1st right now. So it gives you 20 days, 2.5 weeks. Okay. So you can schedule them here. Now I did block it for 30 minutes, but it does hit here more than 15. Why? Somebody sometimes is a few minutes late, or if they're not really interested, the cost 15 minutes. If they need a couple more minutes, but this is how you would book a career chat with me, a pink interview, whatever you want to call it. So I want to recap. You go to a party, you print out these I love your opinions that are right in here, right? You're going to print these out. You give them to everybody. You come back from the party. They go ahead and they fill out this guest cash drawing, right? You fill it out so it goes into the cash drawing. It's due at 5:59 on the last Monday of the month, because then I got to submit them to Ari. And then for those that we talk about, or they're interested right away in the business and you couldn't just seal the deal, you're going to go to this link that is on our WhatsApp, so you never forget it. You can give it to her, send her my video, right? Or you send her this link so she has it, and you go ahead and you set her for the 5 questions for 5 coupons with me, okay? I also want you to know that if you go to Facebook and you go to our Rosie's Humblebees featured, it's here. So it is always, always featured. I have featured the 29 days of love right now. I have featured I featured the February deals, the monthly deals, but here it is, the driven dates. And here is the Google for the drawing. This has already been updated for the new one. So WhatsApp and this has been updated for the new one, and the new I love your opinions will most likely come print out tomorrow, but they are here. So here's my Calendly. Okay, so I want you to know that, so that it's there and that you understand where the resources are. This was a standard practice in my business. And if I did not do this, I would not be where I am today. So it is so important that you get your systems in place. And I am so excited for you to share. This is the month of love. This is the month to fall in love with Mary Kay. This is the month to share the love with Mary Kay. So how many interviews will you set up this month?